bonjour boys and girls, my name is DT. Bonjour boys and girls, my name is DT, I'm a paper designer and welcome back to my workshop. So for this week's project, I wanted to build a mask. Yes, another one. Because last time we built drift. And in today's video, we are going to tackle something that I've been wanting to build for about maybe a year now. For those of you guys who don't know me yet, I'm really passionate about Japan and Asian culture in general. And last year I built a samurai helmet that I thought was pretty cool. And if you guys want to build this guy, you can find the templates on my website. And once I was done with the samurai helmet, there's something I always wanted to build, but I could never find the time to do so. Until now. So today, we are going to be making a Hannya mask. And I think I'm going to start by importing my samurai mask that I built a few months ago. So instead of starting from scratch, I'm just going to start using this samurai helmet as a base. Because the Hannya mask is actually very similar to this bottom section of my samurai helmet here. And I'm going to put some reference images. So I really like this look with the big ears, like the big demon ears. So I think I'm going to try to recreate those ears. So now all I have to do is to add the horns. I don't know if my mask should be red. I think a blue mask could look pretty cool too. So maybe I should try to make something blue, like golden blue like this. So I was thinking maybe one horn could be big and the other one could be small. And then I have two choices, either make it small like this, which looks pretty fun, or yeah, I kind of like it like this, like the horn has been sliced up. Yeah, I like it like this. I think it looks really nice. So this way none of the horns are symmetrical and the mask looks pretty sweet like this. I think the mask is pretty much done and he looks really cool. I'm really excited to be building this guy. I think this is going to be a pretty fun build. And that mask is going to look really sweet. And anyway guys, I think we're ready to start building this Hannya mask. And as you can see, I changed my mind. I'm not going to be building this in blue, but instead I'm going to be building this in red. Because we asked you guys on our Instagram page which color you guys preferred. And I think it was pretty clear that you guys like the red most. I'm going to listen to you and I'm going to build this mask in red. So let's get started. No idea what it is. I'm not into cartoon. This is not from a cartoon actually. This is a mask that comes from Japanese culture and Japanese folklore. This mask that you have probably seen on the internet finds its origin in Japanese traditional theater from the 14th century. And this mask was used in the theater by the performers to convey a particular feeling or emotion. This mask was actually worn by women, and essentially a woman that is jealous, to the point where her jealousy takes over her body and she just essentially turns into this monster. So this mask is the representation of women's jealousy / emotions. And the cool thing about this mask is that from up front it looks kind of menacing because it has those huge fangs, those huge teeth and pointy horns at the top. But when the performer would actually bow to the audience, the shape of the eyes turns the mask into a sad face, like a face full of sadness and sorrows. And I thought, you know what, this design looked pretty cool, and the history of this mask is pretty cool too, so I've been wanting to build something like this for quite a long time now. And you know what, Halloween is coming, you know, so I wanted to have something ready for Halloween too. Rate the Mandalorian show. I really like, or I would say I actually loved the Mandalorian show. This is one of the best shows I've seen last year, definitely. And yes, I like Star Wars in general, but I was never a huge fan of Star Wars, you know. And when I was watching the Mandalorians, it was like watching those old movies, you know. All the effects was really practical. Well, I know they shot a lot of stuff in CGI and things, but the costume looked really great, the story was really great, The characters was pretty cool, the imagery was really cool, all the episodes were really well directed, and yes, I basically love that show. It made me love Star Wars back again. Once this show is going to come out, like the second season, it means that we will be building a Mandalorian's helmet together. So if you guys want to build a Mando's helmet, you'll just have to wait for the second season to come, and we will make and release the templates to build a Mando's helmet. So guys, here is the mask finally complete for you guys on Twitch. This is what it looks like. I really like this gold paper, but for this project I would have liked to use a gold paper that would be a little more shiny, something that would shine just a little bit more than this. A really nice way to make this mask look even cooler and nicer would be to use some gold leaf and gilding those gold sections.
The following day.
Hello there! So as you guys could see, my mask is pretty much complete, but I couldn't stop thinking about how cool those horns and those teeth would actually look if they were covered with some gold leaf. So this morning I went to the store and I bought some cheaper gold leaf because I didn't want to use real gold on this mask. So today we can cover this guy, so I guess that's what we're gonna do. So the first thing we want to do is to cover the parts that we want to gild using this stuff. And this is called the mixion, which is essentially a special type of glue that you use when you are doing some gilding work. So all I have to do is to cover the gold section of my mask using that glue. Okay, so now I'm ready to put some gold on this mask. Okay, so now I just have to finish the teeth and the mask will be finally complete. So yeah, I think we did a pretty good job on this guy. So as you guys can see, I decided to cover the horns and the teeth using some gold leaf. But I didn't really want to use some real gold leaf because, well, that stuff is pretty expensive. And this specific mask right here was not meant for display only. I wanted to use this for making videos, taking this in conventions, or maybe just wear that for Halloween and stuff like that. So that's why I didn't want to use some real gold on a mask that was going to get damaged and eventually end up in the trash. So instead of using some real gold, I decided to use some regular metal foil that you can find in any hobby and craft store. But the thing is, I use the mixture that I use when I'm gilding with some real gold to gild this mask. But for some reason, the foil that I use for this mask just didn't want it to stick to the glue. So I had to do like 3 or 4 layers to try to cover up the whole thing. Dude, that stuff doesn't want to stick. I guess that's why you guys want to use real gold for this. So yeah, there are a lot of spots where some gold is missing, but you know what? I think I actually like this look, because this wasn't meant to look perfect, you know. I wanted this mask to look a little bit worn and a little bit weathered, so this is actually quite perfect. And one other cool thing about using some regular metal sheets instead of real gold is that over time, those metal pieces are going to oxidize, so they're going to change color. So this is going to be really interesting to follow and see how it will turn out. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments what you'd like to see me build next time. And if you guys want to build your own mask, the templates are available on my website. You guys can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and until then, I will see you in the next workshop. Iko!